Good morning. Morning. Right, let's make a start. Good morning, everyone. My name is Alex, and I am a Class 21 Fellow. Later on today, you're going to hear a lot more from me. But to start us off with, I wanted to do something that is really common practice in Australia and Aotearoa, New Zealand, the two countries where I'm from. And that is a land acknowledgement. And that's because in Australia and Aotearoa, New Zealand, we rarely start anything without it. For us, a way of acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land is both a peace building and a reconciliation action. So this happens in Rotary clubs, at universities, and before we start any meeting. So in the spirit of sharing an Australian and New Zealand cultural practice, today, I want to acknowledge that here at UNC, we are standing on the land of the Ino, Tutelo, Saponi, Okinichi, and Shikori Native peoples. We pay respect to their elders, past and present. And we treat this land with the love and the care and the respect that the Okinichi people do so today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex. Well, good morning. We're delighted to have so many people back with us in person here at our wonderful 21st annual Duke-UNC Rotary Peace Center Spring Conference. Let me clear this slide. Oh, I'm not ready for that yet. So my name is Randy Lickey, and I'm the host area coordinator here for the Duke-UNC Peace Center. And together we gather here around the theme from self to society, envisioning our relationship to peace. Each year, the graduating class gets to choose its theme, and this is the theme that Class 21 has chosen for their conference. As a courtesy to all the presenters and all your fellow attendees, if you have not done so already, please pull out your telephone or other device and put it on mute or turn it off. I used to say that if it went off in the middle of a Rotary function, that was an automatic $100 to the foundation. Having said that, at a meeting I was chairing, my phone went off 2 minutes later, and I peeled out $100. We are very fortunate to have with us today past Rotary International Director and past Rotary Foundation Trustee Bryn Stiles. Bryn is also a past chair of the Rotary Peace Centers Committee. And at this time, I invite Bryn to come up and share a few words.
Thank you very much, Randy. It really is a pleasure to be here this morning and see so many familiar faces, and even better to see some new faces. So thank you. I bring you greetings on behalf of Trustee Chair Barry Rassin, who unfortunately couldn't make it this weekend, and all of the trustees of our Rotary Foundation. As you know, the Peace Centers program is a gold standard program within Rotary, and all of you are to be congratulated. I've been very fortunate. As Randy mentioned, I'm a past chair of the Rotary Peace Centers, and I've been involved with the fellows at many different levels. When you sit on the Peace Centers Committee, and as chair, as Peter Kyle was past chair of the committee as well, you work with the centers on the selection of the students who are going to be going to whichever center they've been selected to go to. After I was finished my role on the Peace Centers Committee, I became a reader, reading all of the applications I was assigned, which is really an exciting thing to do when you see out of 800 applications, the quality of people that we're getting applying, and then the ones that are selected. And then when I was on the committee itself, I had the opportunity to work with the centers and the center directors in the selection of the students. But today is really special because that's almost coming full circle. And I'm seeing the result of that now with this graduating class. And the class, as you come to the end of this chapter, as you graduate, I congratulate you. But what we as Rotarians are most excited about is to see what your next chapter is going to be. As you no longer are just Rotary Peace Fellows, you're Rotary Peace Fellows alumni. So congratulations and best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bryn. We appreciate your taking the time to come south to warmer weather to be with us today. I would now like to, now I am ready for this slide. I'd like to introduce our Duke-UNC Rotary Peace Centers Board. And I ask them to stand and be recognized. Susan Carroll, our Managing Director. Susan. John Abels from Duke University. He's up in the back. Sharon Thomas from UNC. Carol Allen, our longtime Rotary representative. Tom Lassiter, our program coordinator, he's up in the back. Our faculty directors, Catherine Adcock-Admay from Duke. Suzanne Maimon from UNC. I believe we have at least one, if not both, of our co-directors emeritus, Francis Letham from Duke. Is Francis here? Jim Peacock from UNC. All right. And we have two alumni representatives. They live just around the corner, so they, I don't know why they're not here, but Muyatwa Satali, who lives in Geneva, and Karina Ito, who is in Brazil. So if you have a chance at any time during the day to meet and speak with any of these folks, please do, and thank them for their service and inspiration and support of our program. In addition to our Peace Centers Board, we have several current and past Rotary officers here with us today. It's obvious our Peace Center would not exist but for the commitment over many, many decades now of past and present Rotary leadership in creating and sustaining this program. Today we have with us past Rotary International Vice President and past Rotary Foundation Vice Chair, Dean Rohrs. Dean is here. We have past Rotary International Director Ken Morgan. Past Rotary International Director Peter Kyle. And we have 5 sitting governors, at least registered. I hope they're all here, but our own home district here of 7710, District Governor Veronica Bent. District 7545, Governor Justin McCarthy. No. District 7600, Governor Rudy Garcia. District 7610, Governor Renee Laws. And District 7680, Governor Deborah Corbett. Wow. I would also like to recognize our Rotary Peace Centers Program Director who's here with us, Laura Descher. So as always, the greatest fear of someone standing at the microphone calling out names is that you forget or miss someone. If I have, please forgive me. It's all my fault. So thank all of our leadership, past and present, for being with us today. Throughout the term of each of our fellows' fellowship experience here, they are matched with a local Rotarian that serves as their Rotary host counselor. This is really an invaluable resource for our fellows, and it distinguishes our fellowship from any other fellowship that I know. Our host counselors are there to greet the fellows upon their arrival, help them get situated, help them acclimate to our Southern culture, and learn the ways of our area. And we have with us today, I know a number of current and past host counselors. I couldn't call out all the names, but if you have served or are serving, I would ask you stand and be recognized. Thank you. It is, as always in Rotary, I believe we get more back often than we give. And if anyone is ever interested in serving as a host counselor, let me know. So today you have the privilege of hearing from our second year class. They will soon be graduating and moving on to their next phase of life. During their presentations, you may hear a variety of viewpoints. In fact, you will hear a variety of viewpoints, some of which you may or may not agree with, which is okay. But please remember, everyone's entitled to their individual views, and that courteous discourse is a key element to what we do here. So please listen attentively. If you agree, that's wonderful. If you disagree, that's fine too. But we always do it respectfully. So now I would like to ask our managing director, Susan Carroll, to come up. She will introduce our first year class and give some other important information.
Thank you, Randy. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 21st annual Duke-UNC Rotary Peace Conference. It actually seems a little bit like yesterday I was introducing the 20th anniversary year. My name is Susan Carroll, and I am the managing director of the center. And I want to welcome all of you here in the Nelson Mandela Auditorium at the University of North Carolina, as well as our virtual audience who is tuning in from all over the world. So in a few minutes, you'll have a chance to meet our graduating Rotary Peace Fellows who will present the work that they have undertaken during their time as graduate students at Duke and UNC. After short presentations, they'll participate in a series of discussions where you'll have the chance to join the conversation by asking questions. I'm going to now introduce to you our first year fellows, and I'm going to read out your names and ask you to stand up, please. Leila Abed, Patrick Asenero, Haruna Fukaya, Alexandra Zaborowska, and studying at UNC, we have Jacinta Bailey, Gideon Capalasa, and Paula Saldivias Mendez. So everyone's bios is in the conference program. Like we did last year, we have asked several alumni to send us short videos that will tell us about the impact of the Rotary Peace Fellowship on their personal and professional lives. If you were here last year, you might remember those. You'll see 3 of these videos today. One of them will start right after I'm finished speaking now, and I think you will agree that they're amazing testaments to this program. But before we begin, I want to go through a few important points for our in-person audience. If you need to exit the auditorium, please do not walk along that back row because we are filming and you could end up on YouTube. There are restrooms upstairs and downstairs. As Randy said, please turn off your mobile phones and electronic devices, and also make sure you're not also tuned into one of the live streams as well while you're sitting in here, because we'll hear all of it twice in garbled form. So, and for all attendees near and far, we will alternate questions between our live and virtual audiences. So virtual audience, please ask questions. We are monitoring the Q&A in the webinar. And please limit questions to an actual question. No comments, statements, or lectures, please. And with limited time, ask one question. Please do not ask a 3-part question. There's coffee breaks and there's a lunch break. So you have time to chat with the fellows and ask them additional questions then. And with over 300 people attending the conference today in person and over the webinar, our fellows will not be able to answer every question. So for that, we apologize in advance. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the sessions that are coming up, and then we will have one of the alumni videos before we actually begin. So the first presentation will be by Mai Nguyen, who will tell you about the social insurance program in Vietnam and its implications for peace. And after Mai, we'll have a panel on bridging the gap, community health, and building more peaceful societies with Alexi Wanza Kabongo and Estefania Rodriguez. So without further ado, let's begin.